To the top left of the map, we have the 4th StarTale player. It is Zerg. This guy is in the semi-final of Kodas.
StarTale Life!
And he's up against the Protoss. Harding and Sparta, both victims of this guy. Starting to the top left in orange.
MVP, Taylor!
You can't see it, but he actually does have 2 tails down there. And if you tap the jump button twice and keep repeatedly tapping it, he will actually fly. You're going to see a Forge Fast expand from him. And this is potentially going to be, I mean, this map, we talked about how difficult it is to execute the Immortal push on Grand Lagoon, but on this map, it's pretty tough as well. There's a ton of open space. There's a huge surface area for Lings to surround roaches to get flanks, but also the walking distance alone is pretty far.
Right now we have, I think that in this game we will definitely see a Life go for the long game, because he knows that's where his advantage is. If he plays against a much weaker opponent in the best of 3, there's no reason why he would not go for a very aggressive build. But taking too much of a risk in this match is, I think, a bit too much.
Yeah. He sees the location, he sees the forge as well. This is all the information. I mean, the Zerg player is very happy that he can see this information this early and also get his Overlord into position now. He's going to go ahead and take another extractor trig. Pylon goes down. And that Pylon, I guess it blocks, it's just on the very edge there. Yeah, it definitely does. He's just already being annoying to the Zerg. Cancels it though.
6 Zerglings already on the move. There's the hatch, and now the Zerglings can run straight towards his opponent's base, and if he doesn't block... Did he see the Lings? Did he actually really see them?
No,
now he does.
Now he definitely does, yeah.
And he just dropped his Nexus, so he won't be able to completely wall off here. Yes, the cannon will kill 1 or 2 of the Lings, but if he runs in right away, he might be able to actually get in.
He's gonna probably probe block here, and with both probes, I think he can deny them. Yeah.
Yeah, but even if he kills the probes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
3 of them get in.
3 of them get in, and this is really, really annoying right now for Tails. If he would have committed immediately, he might have actually been able to get 4 of them. But even with 3, he can still do so much. He can maybe take down a probe or 2. He can kill mining time of his opponent.
It's a terrible thing to have Lings in your base. Against a player with good multitasking, you're definitely gonna lose something. There's no way where the Lings are in your base and you just you're like, oh okay, well I defended perfectly, so I was fine. The Lings are in the base, you are gonna have a bunch of problems.
Yeah, and now always trying to pick on those probes that mine gas, and at the same time he's just macroing it up. He's going for his drones, he's hitting the overlords. He's doing a lot here. He's not losing the Zerglings so far. 2 harvesters were killed.
Yeah, one of those, of course, the one at the wall.
Yeah. 3rd base has also been taken, and those Zerglings are still alive. They are getting low hit points, and the Zealot will be out in just a few seconds, and then of course be able to help out here.
He just went to check and see if there were any probes at the natural while his hit points were low. Now he's coming back into the main. Just absolutely being a big pest here. The Zealot is now out, so he will be able to relax a little bit more with his probes, but he still can't just leave them because the probes are not as the Zealot is not as fast as the Lings.
He controls them so well. He takes down another probe. Look at this micro. This is really, really crazy. He is even able to keep those 3 still alive. I think now losing 1 of them, the second one also nearly dead, but he runs down, has a quick look at what exactly is going on at the natural, and at the same time we already have 28 harvesters with the 3rd base up for life. Was the tech revealed? Did he actually see this robotics?
I will check. I think so, yeah.
With the Overlord. Yeah, of course, the Overlord. Sorry, didn't see it on screen there.
You know what's really cool about this too is based on what Life was doing when he lost those Lings and he was making a bunch of extractions, but he was still moving them. I think he was actually microing on the minimap, and that's just really, it was really well done. Just able to dance around like that, just so aggressive, and also make sure he gets all those buildings up. That is what sets pro gamers aside from, you know, Master League players.
The first 100 gas are being used for the tech. He's going for a very fast tech here. There's no circling speed. And he's actually... well, okay, was scouted, takes down Harvester, but then retreats as a full wall.
The cool thing is now he kills the probe, so he can't get a probe out. And whoa!
Bottom left, a sneaky Nexus by Tails.
So it turns out he can get the probe out, or he does have another probe out there. And that probe is... This is hardly ever seen in this matchup. If you do this in this matchup, if you're spotted, there's nothing you can do. In this case, he's got a pylon at the top of the high ground, so he may try to wall with some cannons and some gateways, maybe.
But now the lair tech is nearly done. Usually what we should see is Live going for an Overseer, scouting what's going on in his opponent's main base. The Roach run is nearly completed, so he can start with the Roach speed. He heads straight into the Infestation Pit. I'm not sure if this third base will be able to really yield this income that he wants with the strategy or with the style that Live is currently playing.
Yeah.
So far there's no Overseer, there's no main base scout. I think he would realize that there's a lot missing at this point.
He's gonna, yeah, exactly. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna be like, wait a minute, you don't have a third Nexus and you don't have an attack coming, so what's going on? He may start to send units around the map. The gateways are being added, of course, down here as a wall. And he can't, like you said, he can't really yield too much out of this base because he can't get probes down there. There's no way to send probes down there. When you take a third base to Protoss at this timing, you usually get a ton of income because you can transfer some probes here naturally, you get really good saturation. But he's just slowly starting to get extra mineral income.
Live, especially last season, was known for his, next to players like Freaky, for his crazy Infestor count. And we have the Infestation Pit ready, whereas now the first Infestors are being built even before the Pathogen Glands upgrade is researched.
He can see with this Overlord that there's nothing being made at the robotics, so he may be thinking something is afoot here. But he knows for sure that he can get those Infestors out.
Uh-oh, there we go, he scouts. Live scouts, he's no fool. He knows exactly that something is wrong here. Something just does not add up. And he runs in and he will see the gates, and then he will of course also assume that gateways are not all that's there. He will know there is another expansion. Now he runs with everything that he has to the bottom. Of course, a cannon is being placed down, but still, he knows what's up.
Well, he is actually making 3 cannons, so that might be overkill. For this wave, at least. If he sends roaches there, that's going to be pretty useful. The Nidus Network is a great choice. He's actually sending an Overseer down there now as well.
Yeah. That was one of the strategies that he used on one base in his first Code A game in the first round. He actually used the Nidus play, was on Antigua, and landed spaceship.
He can actually do one down there and do one in the main if he wants to.
He can play with the Nidus here, take down this expansion at the same time as poking in, having a quick look how many units are actually at the wall for Tails. And he has 2 Overseers, he has the vision, he can definitely go for another Nidus Network later on if he wants to and try to get into the main base. Tails is just trying to go for this composition, but everything that he tries with tech has been delayed to this third base which is going to die now.
Oh, this base is...
I mean, it's dead. You can't do anything.
He can't get his probes out. He's walled in. I mean, yeah, he can hide behind the cannon, but the base is now nullified.
He can try to save the probes, but
another Nidus is getting spotted in the main base while he's also dropping Infestors on the front. Vulnerable Forge will fall here if he targets it.
This is too much pressure. This is way too much pressure. He's losing the bottom left. The next, the Nidus once again in the main base. The Forge is already gone.
Will he pull his probes? He's not doing it.
He doesn't see it. He does not see it at the bottom left. The attack is still going on, and the Nidus in the main base is nearly completed. It's done. It's too late. He can't save this. And he's moving out with his army. He is moving out with his army, and now, wow, a Fungal here would have actually killed every single probe.
He can Fungal these Warping Zealots if he wants.
Not the Fungal itself, of course, but still.
Right.
Forced his opponent back, can snipe the Robotic Spay if he wants to, and yes, he does.
He actually could just fight the army at this point straight up. It's not the best choice, I feel, but he's going to try it. And
killing the Bay is really important here, and then just backing off the... Oh.
Well, maybe a back rally here. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't want to put Lings like that one by one to fight like a such army.
The base to the bottom left, of course, is dead. There was another attack at the natural. Life is turning up the heat.
He really is. He's now taking a 60 supply lead.
Yeah. Life is turning up the heat, and Tails is getting burned.
Now the problem becomes, how does Tails even make his next move? He is now stuck on 2 bases. His main is getting lower on minerals. Life has a 3rd. He could take a 4th, and he used Nice Networks to defend. He just takes that 4th base as I say this.
And we have Corruptors now, of course, immediately being produced for life because he knows that Tails is relying on a composition that includes Colossi. 8 Infestors, Roaches, and the Corruptors. This should be too much for Tails to deal with. In army supply, he's looking at 60, whereas Life already commands 95. The economy is, of course, much better for the StarTale Zerg player.
And here comes that Protoss attack, the one that he just has to defend. He would like to take this game. A good funnel traps the Immortal. Corruptors coming in here. The Roaches are actually being blocked out pretty well, but there's still just too much here. The Infested Terrans can't be blocked out. They're thrown over the Force Fields. His Protoss army retreating again. He's now down nearly 100 supply.
And don't forget, he doesn't have a robotic spray anymore. These are the only Colossi that he can actually use.
The only ones he's ever going to have in this game.
He's backed into a corner. He's losing the forward pylon. The Infestors are moving in. That's the one thing that Life really has to be careful about. He is not allowed to lose them here, but he won't. The second Colossus is dead, and now the Roaches and the Infested Terrans are killing the last few Stalkers. This is going to be game GG. StarTale Life takes the win against Tails. And it certainly looks like we are going to see Keen against Life now. At least that's what I would say. It's not the best matchup, especially with Life preparing so much against Tyrant, but do you really send out another Protoss player now? Well, it's a loss-loss situation in the end.
I think so, man. I don't know if I were in Coach Shui's position right now. I don't know what I would want to do.
I would despair.
You still have other players that, you know, we don't really know that much about. For example, Noblesse. I wonder what he's been up to. I think if I had to choose, I would say Keen. If
you go for a Terran player, it has to be Keen. If you go for another race, you have still players like Finale who are able to get a win every now and then. Well, not every now and then, that's actually selling them a little bit short. But the thing is, just in terms of skill and experience, I would say that Keen would be the obvious choice.
Well, see, the thing is, yeah, I agree with you. And Keen is relatively inconsistent, but when he's on, he's better than Noblesse. And Noblesse, he's pretty consistent, but his level is just not on the same level as Life. So you may have to pick Keen and hope that he's on today.
The problem, I feel, is just you can't make a right decision here. Every decision is wrong in a certain aspect. Life training is so hard in the Terran versus Zerg matchup. Do we send out a Terran? If not a Terran, then what Protoss are you going to choose? And a Protoss that has to face potentially 2 Zerg players. I mean, Curious is still on the bench too, so yeah, that's tough.
I say, if I had to guess, Keen. Yeah, I'm feeling it. But I would say Noblesse is also possible. I think that they might do that. I don't think we see Vampire. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Finale either.
You know what? The next game is actually happening after a break, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going through it, and I think we have another 5-minute break before we head into the next match.
But we're going to pick the player first.
Yeah, we're having a quick look at that, but I was really just waiting for the lobby to also to join in there and to immediately start the next one. But you guys will have to wait a little bit longer, first of all, though.
Oh, Keen!
It's the Commander. Commander Keen is walking towards the booth.
And Life just doesn't look... It's like he didn't really have much to say about that.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly what he is going to think about the game when he is finally in the match itself. That's what we're waiting for here. We'll give the players a little bit of time to prepare. After 5 minutes, we will be back with potentially the last game between StarTale and MVP if Keen is not able to take down one of the strongest Zerg players that we currently have in Korea. We'll find out in 5. See you soon.